If you're a zombie and you can't eat brains, do you eventually just like wither into nothing? Kia ora, and welcome to Wheelie Blind, the podcast where we may very well become doomsday preppers in this episode.
I'm Nevé.
And I'm Sam.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Hi.
How was your 3 weeks?
Hi, welcome back. We've missed you. Here we are. We are currently on a trend of not doing very serious, scholarly, intense film analysis episodes.
That will return soon, don't you worry.
We're just being silly goofies.
Yeah, we just wanted to do some silly, goofy ones because it's fun for us and, like, surely, hopefully fun to listen to.
Maybe it's exceptionally annoying, which we absolutely respect.
It's totally fine. You don't have to listen.
You can literally just
You
turn
can just
it
put
off.
it on quietly so that we still get the play.
There you go. Turn your sound all the way down, but keep it playing while you clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
Today's episode is... I don't know how to introduce it. I'm tired. Never
Who's got it worse?
With a twist.
With a twist, we are going to go through some apocalypse scenarios, end of the world type shit, and see who would fare worse with our respective disabilities. Because we have very different disabilities that affect us in very different ways, some similar ways, but who's going to be worse off at the end of the world?
Whose disability sucks more in an apocalypse scenario? Yeah. The draft title I have is Who's Dying First in an Apocalypse.
I love Who's Dying
Who's
First.
dying first? Because I have that thought when I watch dystopian films.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I'm long gone.
Oh,
I'm
same.
long gone by the start of the film.
Yeah,
like.
no. Realistically, we're both dying at around the same time, I think. But if it's just the two of us left, who's winning?
But also, would we be slightly more resilient? Because I do genuinely have this thought that I had this thought in the shower the other day that people with disabilities or certain conditions where life is harder for them, which everyone has something, but to the degree that we do, it makes you a lot more fucking resilient.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Even if you think, like, if you gave a cis man a period, like, you know,
end of the world.
That's his apocalypse.
Yeah.
So even just different experiences, like, in some ways we might actually be more like, oh, this shit's happened, let's fucking do something about it. Whereas other people that don't really have that integrity built up.
So, like, mentally, we would potentially do a lot better, but physically is where we're going to struggle, obviously.
I think we're pretty good in a crisis.
Yeah. I think we are too,
We've
actually.
learned, honestly.
Yeah.
We've had several crises over our friendship.
And we haven't died,
No.
so we're winning.
We've survived literally everything that's ever happened to us so far.
Literally haven't died once.
Which is wild, to be quite honest, because I do feel like death was approaching us numerous times.
Yes.
But, let's get real. So, was it a really embarrassing thing to say? You looked at me like you were embarrassed of me.
I was just like, what's going next?
Well, I wanted to start
Sounded like a radio DJ.
Right, so.
Let's get real, New Zealand.
Oh, put that one back. I hate that. Oh,
I think I'd be a great radio DJ.
you'd be really good at it.
That's going to be this episode.
So should we start with what your first thought was when you had this idea?
Yes.
So what is an apocalypse or horror or dystopian, let's try to cover all the bases here, scenario that you think you would survive? Let's go.
A bird box situation. You bitches are going to be walking into shit. You're going to be like, oh no, the world is so hard when I can't use my eyeballs. I'm going to be out here with my cane, rocking around completely fine. I'm going to be navigating. My muscle memory for like spaces is so good. My memory is so good. I've got this shit. All you bitches are done for. I'm the last one alive.
You truly would be. You would be the one leading the revolution.
Blind people, rise up.
That's our new tagline.
How do you think you would do in a bird box?
I'd be one of the first to go. I am the clumsiest butterfingers human being in the entire world, and I like to say that's my disability, but I think that's also just me as a person. I just flung hash browns across the room this morning. You saw that.
Just straight onto the table. I completely missed the plate.
Just an absolute mess. Like, very clumsy. I think... I was going to say with spatial awareness I get better, but it's so not true. I've lived in my flat for a year and a half and I still run into doorways very consistently.
Yeah, see, I do that, but that's because when I'm at home, I, like, all of my guards come down and so I stop being hyper aware, and so that's why I'm always covered in bruises. But that's just part of being blind. I've accepted.
I think so. So you'd have to really be 100% responsible for me in a Bird Box situation.
I would totally... like, let's tie ourselves together by the waist and you just trot along behind me.
Yeah, or I like put my hands on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And then we're just always like...
I'll just piggyback you around.
Middle school dancers. Okay, there's another apocalypse situation that I think you would survive.
Yeah?
Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Right? Or not?
I think he has very special skills.
You also have very special skills.
Not the same as Eli.
I haven't seen the film. I'm just basing it on the
I
episode.
don't even really know what... I think the world just ends because capitalism.
Okay, well,
and
that's very likely.
So they're living in a wasteland. But I think I'd have to spend a lot of time training, which I could, because if the world's over, I don't have to go to work. So
again, doomsday preppers, we could start training now.
Okay, so because he is like very much in tune, and I think this is also a thing of he has well, it's not explicitly said, but he is portrayed. We're meant to assume that he has no usable vision whatsoever. So his how do I want to describe this? Like sound awareness and being able to locate where a specific sound is coming from, like directionally, is a lot better than mine would be. Mine's pretty good, but I still rely quite heavily on my usable vision. So I don't think I'd be as great in that situation. The other part of that movie is the fact that he saves the world because he's got the only copy of the Bible, which is Braille.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry.
We said that too late.
I also said that in the last, like when we talked about it in the last podcast. So
if they're avid listeners, they know anyway.
Yeah. I can't read Braille. So
I can read a little bit.
I could read like an A and a B and a C.
I can read it if I see the dots and then have the alphabet to decode it. But I definitely couldn't read it as a visually impaired person.
Yeah. I can
so
also read it with my eyes. Which is why they stopped teaching me it, because that's all I was doing towards the end. But like,
she's a resourceful queen.
Like, I have the vision.
Like, I can actually.
My teacher is reading it with their eyes. Why can't I? Do what you teach is the moral of the story.
Agreed.
But yeah, I think with some training, I could be okay.
There you go.
How do you think you'd do in a Book of Eli?
I don't think I know enough about it.
Yeah, it's pretty general, like wasteland Pocahontas.
Can you paint with all
of the wind?
Oh, I do think we're so funny, and I think everyone else finds us really annoying.
Yeah, but then why the fuck are they listening?
Yeah, well,
no one's forcing you into this.
Yeah, why are they listening?
I don't.
Survey. So I've also in the past, like even growing up, thought about The Hunger Games, because it's a series.
That was going to be the next one I wanted to talk about.
Books and movies that I really, really do like. Yeah. I think they're very good. I remember reading the first book in an afternoon in one sitting.
Oh my god!
In my parents' armchair when I was like 14. I loved it. I thought it was so good. And I think when the films came out, I started thinking about like what would I do?
Yeah.
And my thought as a teenager, which I haven't revisited yet, so we may edit it live here on stream. Which is that
what do you think, chat?
Ew. No, we're not on Twitch. We're not doing that. Is that I don't know how I'd master this. I can't even climb a flight of 10 stairs, but like climb a tree or something, get to higher ground and hide. I would just hide.
Yeah. Hiding,
because someone won a game one year by hiding.
Yeah.
That's my Hunger Games lore that I apparently know.
Okay.
But hiding but then the issue with that is that the game makers would force me out of my hiding place because I wouldn't be good television. But if the others were popping off, if Katniss Everdeen was then
there was enough going on.
Yeah, just be my little cave with my little pack of Rice Krispie treats and be fine, you know. And then I haven't killed anyone. I emerge a victor and then I become part of the capitalist agenda. But, you know, like, to survive, we're thinking about.
Yeah, we're focusing on survival, not capitalism.
Yeah, no, that's an entirely different episode. What
about
you?
I think I would be like very the same. I think I would scurry to the top of a tree or like dig a hole and hide in it.
Bear trap yourself. Dig a hole, put a bunch of leaves on top of yourself. No one will find you.
I imagine me building a bear trap and then jumping into it. Like,
yeah, nice.
But yeah, I think I'm not stealthy. I couldn't like spot someone from far away. I've got fairly good aim, but they'd need to be pretty damn close.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think hiding would have to be my same thing, and I think potential for someone to spot me and me not spot them is way too high.
Yes.
And I think I would die. I don't think I would emerge victorious.
No.
Unfortunately. Because I would love to join the capitalist agenda.
How good. Just be Finico dear.
Yeah. That's the goal in life.
That is the goal. Not quite. No, he didn't have a very good life, but we're not getting into it.
No. Yeah, I think I'd die. I don't think I'd do well.
Our technique, if we had okay mentors, would be for like we'd have to be really likable, and I think we'd have to play like the sick puppy thing.
Yeah,
like we're so cute and we're so disabled, and
Yeah.
like it's so horrible that we have to do this.
Yeah,
and like look how long my eyelashes are. Like too pretty and disabled. You wouldn't kill a puppy. Why would you kill me? Like, and then sponsors send us shit.
Yeah,
and then sponsors and the audience likes us too much.
Yeah,
for the game makers to kill us.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
Not saying I'm Suzanne Collins, but have you seen us in the same room before? Like,
no, I think that is probably the best bet and
Surely.
our only chance of survival.
Yeah.
But no, I'm fairly certain I would die.
I don't think we really stand a chance. No. Unfortunately.
No.
So I was thinking of along that same vein, I was definitely a Harry Potter kid over a Hunger Games kid. That was my identity for about 3 years at school.
It sure was.
Embarrassingly. Something I vehemently reject now, but I can acknowledge. Do we get into all of that shit? I can't support it anymore, but I have to acknowledge that it was a really important part of who I was when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But I can't support any of that now for obvious turfy reasons. But, like, then I was thinking the Battle of Hogwarts. Like, if we were in the Wizarding World, like, at Hogwarts in 1996. Was that the year of the Battle of Hogwarts?
Just, if you're wondering why I'm being so quiet, have not seen the films, have not read the books. No context.
Shit.
I think I've seen some of the films, but I zoned out pretty hard.
How did I not know? Did I know that?
Maybe.
Did you not tell me because you thought I'd be offended back in the day and then we were
I definitely didn't tell you back in the day because I thought you'd be offended and I wanted you to like me. But I feel like I must have mentioned it at some point. I don't really mention it because I usually get that reaction from people, like whether they liked it or not, or how they feel about it now. They're always like, how did you, like, I didn't really watch films when I was a kid, and they were big hefty books that I wasn't really interested in because you should have seen the large print versions.
Oh my God.
They were gigantic.
Yeah.
Like too big for my little body to hold up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If we're thinking the Deathly Hallows, Voldemort turns up and his only mission is to kill Harry.
Okay.
But God, it's actually been a long time since I've been in this mindset. I just started to reject it so heavily in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of his goal. But the overall thing is kind of like, hey, Death Eaters, pop off. Take out anyone that gets in your way, sort of thing. And then Hogwarts was like, let's defend ourselves. It's a war.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get into the mindset of like, it's probably, I think it's nighttime. I think it all takes place in a really short space of time. Didn't think about that when I was a kid, but I think it doesn't last particularly long.
Mm-hmm.
There's you have wands, right? And then there's spells you can shoot at people, which would require peripheral and central vision.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to run. Like, I could apparate, which means you disappear from one. It's like teleportation.
Yeah.
So, but you can't apparate in Hogwarts. But I'm guessing by the time the battle is happening, Dumbledore would have lifted that. Or he's dead and then it's not there anymore.
Right. Okay. So...
Because I think if I was a good enough wizard or aura, I think I could spell my way out of everything.
Yeah, I don't know if I could, just because fast pace, lack of central vision, don't have a lot of practice using my peripheral vision for stuff like that. For dueling.
Yeah.
Haven't done a lot of dueling in my life. But like if I had practice, that would probably be better. And like your peripheral vision is the stuff that picks up on movement. So like my lack of central vision wouldn't be too much of a worry there.
I feel like there'd be some spell that could cure your eyesight.
Well, I was just going to say, can I just like magic my way into being fully sighted and then I can just whip these bitches' asses?
Yeah.
Surely.
Gotta be.
I think I'd do okay. I don't think I'd do great.
I think we'd stand more of a chance of the Battle of Hogwarts than the Hunger Games.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think.
Because we have the power of magic on our side.
The power of magic. The only other thing I have on my initial list, because it comes to mind when I think apocalypse, is some kind of zombie apocalypse.
Yes. Okay, so I have questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Are they slow-moving zombies?
The zombie apocalypse film that I'm the most familiar with is Shaun of the Dead.
Right.
Because
Me
Simon
too.
Pegg and Nick Frost, wow.
I might have to watch that.
Peak British humour. It's
good.
So stupid and it's kind of boring, but it's also kind of
It is kind of boring,
like, I'm always a little bit bored, but enjoying myself.
Yeah.
It's a good, like, leave it on while you do something else kind of thing.
Okay, so in that they are fairly slow-moving
They are
zombies.
slow as fuck.
Yeah, okay. And, well, I technically have brain damage because your optic nerve is in your brain. So my brain is subpar, is what I'm assuming. So less
Less
desired.
Okay.
Those
Fair point.
optic nerve fibers be dead. So
Yeah.
it's crazy to describe my visual impairment as brain damage. That is like, I'm
I
sure
don't
that's
like
offensive.
that.
I'm
I
so
don't like
sorry.
that.
I think
So maybe you wouldn't be perceived as a snack. The
potentially.
only existence where you're not perceived as a snack.
Otherwise, always perceived as a snack.
100%.
I think I could do okay because I can run reasonably well.
Yeah.
SI joint pain aside.
Aside from the Gold Coast apocalypse.
Can I get like an SI band to like hold my hips in place?
Yeah.
Then I'm good. I could get away from them pretty easily. I'd be able to spot them coming fairly easily.
Mm-hmm. And they're pretty loud too.
Yeah.
Most of the time, right?
Yeah. So I think I could do okay. I think what would really get me in the end is not my disability. It would be my boredom of just running all the time. I think I'd get really
Totally.
exhausted and sick of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it would get... Like that's just that forever.
Yeah. Ugh. A total drag.
Yeah.
But I think the same for me. Like, I think if they're slow moving,
Yeah.
it might be harder for you to perceive if it's like a friend or someone you know, and if they've recently been turned, if they're zombie or person.
Yes.
Because it's
If
like,
they
do you
haven't
have a
gone
cold
full
or are
zombie
you
yet.
dead?
Yeah. But I think you just have to assume, and I'm basing this on The Last of Us, like if someone's giving a little bit, like if someone's got a fever, you got to kill them.
Yeah. You
Like,
can't take any risks.
No.
No. Would you kill me?
No, I'd let you bite me and then we could be zombies forever.
Oh, I love friendship.
I have also thought of that about zombie apocalypses all of the time. What's so bad about just becoming a zombie?
I don't know if I've ever thought about it from that perspective.
I've thought about that a lot because I'm like, oh, we're just constantly running away from the zombies. But like, okay, you become eternal and then you just need to eat. You're essentially a human just with less anxiety, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, there's Warm Bodies as well. Have you seen Warm Bodies with Nicholas Hoult?
No.
That's a pretty good one. That's like a zombie version of Romeo and Juliet.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's quite good.
Fuck yeah.
And Nicholas Hoult, I mean, as a zombie, not particularly delicious, but he is Nicholas Hoult, so.
yeah.
The plot of that is he's a zombie and she's a human. Hello.
Right.
And he like meets her or touches her or whatever, and he's like, oh my gosh, my human heart is like beating again. And then he goes through this identity crisis of being like, can I refine my human self so I can love again?
A zombie having an identity crisis is
It's
hysterical.
kind of great. Like it's YA, but it's funny.
So good.
But yeah, mate, yeah.
I think we'd be okay. I don't think I'd last very long because of the whole, like, I don't know if I can trust you or not, because I won't be able to read visual signals to see if you're, like, turning zombie.
Do you think if you become a zombie, then our disabilities disappear? Are you a blind zombie and then I'm a slow, chronic fatigue, pain zombie? Because
I'm sitting here with my mouth gaping open.
it hit the floor. Because if that cured our conditions, then I'd be like, yeah, just take a nibble.
Yeah.
Take a bite, sis.
Let's go.
Let's go. Or would I? Oh, I don't know. Because then, like, we're going to get really deep here. Do you sacrifice, like, human feeling and relationship, and then you give that existence up for a life of...
Yeah, but you're not aware of it, is the thing. Like, once you become...
what the existence would be like.
Yeah, we don't know enough about zombies.
No, we haven't studied enough depth for us to give a fully fledged
We should have done
answer.
more research.
Yeah, our bad. Sorry, guys, there's been a lot fucking happening. So.
This is just a silly, goofy one. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, no, I think we'd do okay, but eventually one of us would get bitten and then the other one would be like, I'll die with you, and then we're zombies forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I'm kind of fine with.
That's alright. I don't like the idea of eternal life.
No,
I really,
neither.
really don't.
Okay, but if you're a zombie, this isn't relevant at all. If you're a zombie and you can't eat brains, do you eventually just like wither into nothing? Or do you just continue existing
My brain
in pain?
followed that same pipeline as you said it.
Yeah.
Maybe
I think it
you just
depends
get-
on the zombie.
Sure. Right? Maybe you just get more distressed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like, oh, I'm just hungry all the time. So then you become like a sort of like
an asshole.
like a hungry insect where you're like, oh, like I don't really have enough sentience to like understand human emotion, but I'm definitely closer to sad than happy.
But you're undead, so you can't die?
It's purgatory. Oh, I would be terrified of purgatory.
Yeah, that sounds just awful.
I'm going to say this and the people listening will know what I'm talking about and I'll be embarrassed that I've forgotten what it's called. But the Greek, is it Greek myth where there's the guy pushing the boulder up the hill?
Yeah.
What is it called? Sisyphus!
Sisyphus.
It came from my brain. I didn't Google it.
Really?
No,
no.
I Googled it.
I thought you thought of it before you hit search.
No. That's one of like, that's a fear, a ridiculous fear that I have, being caught in that kind of purgatory. Like being stuck in limbo is one of the worst emotions I have ever felt. Like,
see, the Sisyphus vibe scenario is not that bad to me because I'd have a task, and even though I have to just do it over and over again, I still have a task and a purpose.
interesting. No, that
Whereas like just sitting
terrifying
and
to
doing
me.
nothing and having no purpose sounds so much worse.
Would that be what zombieism is, or are you just not even aware enough to?
Well, I don't know.
And the philosophical conversation comes to an end.
Yeah, all right. We got nowhere with that.
But I do think that's been our most thoughtful discussion yet.
I would agree.
What about the most likely apocalyptic scenario, aside from capitalism collapse, is like climate crisis? Which I don't really want to... The only reason I didn't want to discuss this was for fear of manifesting something, and climate change gets us close to that. But
Yeah.
like, you know, like things like flooding, rising sea levels. I think if it happens slow enough, we're all equally as fucked, right?
Yeah, I don't think disability comes into that one too much.
If it's rising sea levels, increasing the need to move further inland, then we all need to move house, and then there's the housing crisis,
Which will
which then
have a
impacts us.
bigger impact on communities like the disabled community.
Because you and I need accessible living, and it's
Yeah.
harder to come by.
Yeah, but that's kind of more just day-to-day stuff that we deal with anyway.
Right.
So I think it would amplify it and make life more of a pain in the ass, but I don't think we'd have like a true disadvantage in terms of survival.
I feel like there's probably quite a bit of scholarship on the relationship between climate change and minorities.
Yeah.
Like, I think there'll probably be stuff on that because we would be disproportionately affected by that, as we are by anything that happens to people in general.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think it's a sort of like, I can't aim my bow and arrow in the arena. It's like you just need to have a community that will look out for you.
Yeah, which can be done in that situation.
In the hope that you do have people that would care for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, it's hard when you're in a system that doesn't cater to you. But that's nothing fucking new.
Yeah. Okay, I've got one.
Okay, go.
Nuclear fallout.
Scary.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we need more details about the situation. Like, if it's just a, like, Hiroshima, and then we're all dust, or, you know, whatever. I think that's what actually happens, isn't it? Don't you just, like turn into, like, you're there's not even...
Yeah, there's nothing left.
There's nothing left.
But, okay, say the bomb was dropped, or there was a meltdown at a plant, and you weren't in the immediate vicinity, then surviving the nuclear
All right, so
winter
we
that
haven't
follows.
been turned to dust.
No,
we're
we're surviving through
with...
the nuclear winter.
Okay, right, okay. So it's radioactive city.
Yeah. It's a great name for, like, a dance club.
God, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, let's be specific about this, because I think there's a lot of variables here. So we're assuming we're still in Aotearoa.
Yes.
Which probably might give us an advantage because we're further away.
So less radioactive.
Might give us a bit more time.
Yeah.
I don't have a bunker at the bottom of my flat. I don't know about you.
I don't, that I know of.
So, and I'm assuming most people don't have a bunker.
Not in New Zealand.
Not on New Zealand.
Not in New Zealand.
Not in New Zealand, love.
Yeah.
I don't even know what you do. We all just get in PPE all the time?
Yeah, I think you'd have to.
But then
also
you can't touch. You can't
touch anything. We're all just gonna get riddled with cancer.
And then we're all going down pretty quick. My immune system's a bit lower, so I'd probably be first to go if it's that sort of scenario.
But in every other
struggling.
way, I don't think your disability or my disability would impact us any more than anyone else.
Unless, like, the stairs to the bunker are really steep and we have to get down there fast, then you and I are yeeting. For better or worse. We get down there faster or we drop dead.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Anyway, it's fine.
We did.
I didn't really want to be bothered with this, so... Yeah. No, I think we'd be as fine as anyone else, which is probably not great.
Yeah. At least we'd all be in it together, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in this together.
If we think back to the earthquakes as well, or, like, times when we've had tsunami warnings here. That's as far as I got with that thought when I had it earlier this week. Like, I don't...
It was weird because we were so young.
We were. But I don't remember my condition affecting... Oh, the one thing I might have to say about it is that if we do lockdown practices at work and we have to get under the desks, when I became a teacher, I was like, fuck, like, I have to get on the ground in front of my students and then get off the ground in front of my students, like, which is a really humiliating ritual for me because I look kind of like a toddler learning to walk when I do that.
Yeah.
But I've done that numerous times, and all of my classes know my condition and are totally aware of it, and then I just didn't care. I just backed myself onto a chair and it's fine.
Yeah.
So that was actually a fear I had with earthquakes, is people having to watch me get off the ground, which I think the fear of being perceived probably is much smaller when you're in that adrenaline heightened zone.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you go.
I was just gonna say, you move slower. I move slower when if I need to get out of a building. Can't use the lifts, so we're stumbling down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's not ideal,
but it's doable.
But it's probably doable.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Maybe. Don't like thinking about it. It feels a bit too real, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You go.
My next one is, and I can't believe I forgot about this because this is something I've thought about a lot because I read an entire book series.
Let's go.
Following one of these going off. An EMP, which is an electromagnetic pulse, which kills everything to do with electricity.
Oh.
Kills, like, car batteries. It kills anything motorized whatsoever.
Oh, that's scary.
Takes the entire power grid offline. So we'd have zero power.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm struggling then because I rely quite heavily on my technology.
Yeah.
I think it would be doable, but I think it would be a lot harder. Mm-hmm. I also don't know how to navigate myself around new places without Google Maps.
Yeah.
Which would be hard.
Yeah. I guess that's ignoring kind of the scary things that would happen, like the Y2K planes falling out of the sky stuff.
Yeah.
If you think about it as a reversion to historical times, you know, you're back in the fucking Tudor period or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that then that conversation of how we would have fared then before we had any of these technological supports?
Yeah.
Like, do we go back to fucking horse and carriage?
Yeah.
Probably, right?
You'd have to. Yeah.
Car. How else would they get around? That's how you do long distances.
Yeah. Or they'd just fucking walk.
Yeah. So that'd be a mish.
We'd still have bikes.
Well, you pedal. I ride on the back like Al and Mike in Stranger Things.
Okay.
I'm Al, you're Mike pedaling.
Well, why don't we get a tandem bike so that it's more comfortable?
Okay. Tandem bike. Okay. Well, we can't go very far, but we probably can
No,
go
but we
to
can
the
get
dairy. The dairy, which will have been looted and robbed, and there'll be nothing, and we'll have to live off the chrysanthemums in our garden.
No one has cash anymore, so no one's got any way to pay for anything.
It's anarchy.
Yeah.
I do love a candle. Give me some fucking ambience, girl. Like, I would
It's
enjoy
Sam's
that
ideal
aspect.
living situation. Candles only.
The
No big light.
The only downside to that is, like, it's much harder to read or write after the sun goes down.
Yeah, so you'd have to do all your reading and writing through the day.
And that's not peak time for creativity, is it?
No.
I want to read my book.
You need to get like a little, like, clip light for the top of your book so it just lights up your book.
Yeah, she's a thinker.
How have you never thought of that?
Because I'm a fool.
It's 2026. I'm getting you one for your birthday. Warm book light. Come back in April to see if I actually went through with that.
There's an obvious one. Global pandemic.
I did fine.
I had a lovely time. Aside from the horrific things that were happening around the world in various ways, which we have a lot of sympathy for, and the stress of it all.
Of course. Speaking personally, strictly personally, I thrived.
I loved not having to... Well, actually, it did get hard. I think we romanticize it a bit in hindsight.
Definitely.
Like, there was a lot of loneliness and a lot of stress.
Yeah, and it was scary going to the supermarket.
Yeah, it was quite scary, but the
not having to go to work.
Hey, this is happening. Can you just fucking stay in bed all day? Okay,
Oh, no.
sis.
Yeah.
I spend most of my life in my bed to cope with my condition anyway. Sick.
Yeah. So yeah, we did fine.
Yeah. My the immune system stuff was what was scary for me.
Yeah.
I really don't think my immune system is as weak as my condition might think it is. Because
Yeah.
I also think being a teacher's toughened it for me too.
Definitely.
But my I don't want to diagnose myself because I know it's a very horrific, serious, debilitating condition. But I do feel symptoms sometimes, and my germ OCD got pretty bad.
Yeah. Which
I
makes
think
a lot of sense.
A lot of sense. So, like, anxiety-wise, it wasn't fun.
But physically,
Physically,
it was great.
And then if everyone's sick, then everyone's sick. Like, I could classify myself as sick because of what I have. Like, we're all sick together.
Yeah.
Let's get fucked. Like,
Yeah.
really not a fun one. Not a great way to go.
No.
But I don't think we'd be disproportionately affected by it.
No.
And we were not in the previous, when that almost took us out.
Yeah.
Did it almost take us out? That's a bit dramatic, isn't it?
It got pretty bad.
It did get pretty bad. I kind of can't remember a lot of it.
I
now.
had completely forgotten about that whole period of time when we were like, flatten the curve. Because like, and we would all check the COVID numbers every day.
Yeah.
Like how many cases there were.
Yeah.
That was crazy that we did that. I'd go on there every night and check it to see how many cases there were.
When I visited my old journal that I was telling you about the other night, no one asked any questions about the content of that. But I had written down, I literally Googled, when I wrote one of those entries, I wrote down the number of cases in the country. Like, it was a thing that we must have really cared about.
No, and I'd completely forgotten, but yeah, I really cared about it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, are we coming back down again?
Yeah.
And yeah, you had to like scan the QR code every place you went so they could track where you'd been.
Oh, I forgot about the QR codes.
Yeah. So then if there was an
Wow.
outbreak, or if there was a case at a certain location, they could see who was there at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
And then, like, if you had been in contact with someone that had been in contact with someone, then
Yeah.
you couldn't do a thing. Like,
But yeah, the amount of times I would get a
Wow.
message from people because we'd been out on a Friday night and one of my friends would be like, hey, so everyone now has COVID.
Yeah.
You need to test. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
wow, that happened. I got it from my friend. I'd been in schools. Like, my very good friend came down from where she was living up north, and we got coffee, and she texted me the next day and was like, babe. And then I coughed. And I tested it and I had it. And it was really scary, but it was actually okay. I think those immunizations do a fucking lot. I've had like 1 billion of them to try to stay on top of it immune-wise.
Yeah.
And I just think it makes such a difference.
Yeah. I got it for the first time before the vaccine got here. And I got it at a wedding, actually. And the first time I tested, because I woke up...
Was that the first time you got it?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I woke up on the Monday morning after the wedding on the Friday and I had a really sore throat. And I was like, and I tested and it came back negative. And I was
Those
like,
tests are not reliable.
oh. And then I tested like maybe 30 hours later and it was the thickest, blackest line, like immediately.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have to wait even 10 seconds. It was like, no girl, you got it. And it was awful. It was so bad.
Yeah. It's horrible that it was so bad for you.
Yeah, no, it was really bad. It's been pretty bad most of the times I've had it.
How
But
many-
I haven't really been looking after myself that well over the last couple of years. So,
Ah.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see how that happened.
Mm-hmm. There are definitely times where I've had it and I've tested negative, but like I've had the flu enough times to know the difference between the flu and COVID. And yeah, so I probably would have had it like 5 or 6 times.
Woof.
Like it's been a lot.
Yeah. God.
But I also used to be very social and like go out on a Friday and
So
Saturday
true.
night.
So true.
Like, of course I was going to get it lots.
What would often happen at work was that I'd have a student that would come in recovering from a cold and then catch COVID straight away, or vice versa.
Wow.
And we'd often have like double, like kids that would be off for a few weeks because
Yeah.
they'd start to recover and then get something
get
else.
something
And they'd
else.
always say the flu was worse than the COVID.
Yeah.
Oh, what about an alien invasion? Lucky last.
Ooh, okay. Are they friendly?
I don't know. The only alien invasion narrative I can think of is The Host by Stephanie Meyer, which is a fantastic book and film, is what I will say.
Oh, see, the only
I
thing
love it.
I can think of is Signs.
I don't know that.
M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, okay.
It's a great film.
Yeah, nice.
I can't remember if they're friendly or not, or if they're just really, really scary.
Okay, well, I think we have to have 2 conversations, one friendly and one maleficent. Okay, I guess that word just came out of my mouth. I wish I was trying to...
What word are you thinking of? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Malignant?
No.
Do I mean maleficent? It might be what I mean.
No, that's the queen.
Yeah,
from
but it's still an
Sleeping Beauty.
adjective.
Malicious.
Thank you. Maleficent. Definition: causing harm or destruction, especially by supernatural means. I stand by it.
Yeah, all right. I still stand by you meant to say malicious.
It's highly possible. Okay, so let's start with bad aliens.
Bad aliens?
Bad.
Okay.
So they're dropping from the sky in
I'm
both
dying.
of us.
I'm dead.
Why?
Because I can't see them coming from above me. They can see me well before I can
Are they
see
coming
them.
to kill all of us and take over the planet?
Well, they're maleficent, so...
Yep.
I ate with that one.
But does that mean, do they want to take our bodies and inspect us? Do they want to just take us out and then sit on the planet? Which is a really stupid idea because the planet's fucked anyway.
Yeah, I think they have malintent, so they're wanting to hurt us / kill us.
Okay. So they're not interested in kind of like probing. They just want to take the enemy out.
Yeah, take the enemy out and... Yeah,
Okay.
or like harvest us as like alien slaves.
Okay.
I'm caught immediately.
You're caught?
They're coming from above me. There's no hope.
I think I'm also caught because technology-wise, like speed-wise, they're probably very evolved beings, and I move at the speed
travelled
of
from
a
another
turtle.
planet.
Yeah, I move so slow for them. I'm basically still all the time. Like, yeah.
Yeah. No, we're fucked.
What if we become the slaves?
I think they're killing us because we're not very good.
100%. I've had that thought about war as well. If I got taken into any of those kinds of camps.
Oh, I'm no help.
Which I take a little bit of comfort in. I'm like, you guys don't want to capture me. I'll be fucking useless.
Yeah. I'll be a pain in the ass. I'll be like, oh, sorry, you gave me these instructions. Can I get an enlarged copy? Like size 18 font would be wonderful. Thank you. Because that's how they handle prisoners of war. They give them lists of instructions to do.
Very knowledgeable on the subject. But I also don't want to get into that because that feels like really scary.
Icky.
Yeah,
icky.
that's a political thing that I think we should avoid for this current political climate.
Yes. Okay, what if the aliens are friendly?
Okay,
and
well, can we get them on a podcast?
Yeah! Really blind alien.
Well, then it's a matter of like, do we meet on the same page? Like, communication-wise.
So communication's going to be hard.
Yes, for you, sign gesture-wise.
Yeah.
Facial feature-wise.
But I think, because again, this comes back to the fact that we're disabled, more resilient, better at problem solving. I think we could potentially vibe with the aliens.
I feel like we'd have some new perspectives.
Yeah.
Great Panic at the Disco song, by the way. That's all.
No, my friend's just going, I chime in with you. Haven't you people ever heard of?
I ruined it. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I would like a little Kiki with an alien.
I would love a Kiki with an alien.
Yeah, I would really enjoy an otherworldly viewpoint.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Like, do we all look as stupid as we think we do? Because we know we look pretty stupid down here doing these stupid things.
Yeah.
Let's kill each other for no reason. Onto it.
Makes sense.
Yeah. What technology could you guys teach us about? Could I teleport to the UK rather than flying?
Oh.
And can you tell me how to do that? Because I would love that. Like,
can you figure out how to do an eyeball replacement surgery?
This is the moment I wish you had a visual one, because that
peeled my eyes open. Take them out, replace them.
Like, what if I got my family in the UK to have a sort of like a portal?
Yeah.
Send you guys sort of yourself over there, give them one, put one in my flat, bang, 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 bang. I'm just going to go to Wales for the weekend.
Yeah.
Hang out by my dad's grave and sing some songs and then go home. Nice.
That would be really nice.
Yeah. Then I could also teleport to the top of Carnarvon Castle.
Yeah.
Because there's stairs in there.
Yeah. I would never teleport to the top of something. That sounds like my hell.
You did teleport to the top of the Tower of Terror.
I did. And I do have a
crippling fear of heights.
Crippling fear of heights.
I like that you sat on it and you heard me say it and you're like, I'm going to do
it.
It's
fine. She said it first.
She
can't get offended. She said it.
I sing Half Blind and Granite because you said it's fine. So this feels like the exact same thing.
And I am genuinely okay with it. So I'm going to say we have an advantage in that situation.
Nice. I think that's a really good one to leave it on.
Yeah.
Very optimistic.
Get fucked, all of you non-disableds.
Bye.
Bye. You dead. They killed you. They friendly, but only to disabled people.
It's a very specific apocalyptic scenario we've got there.
Realistic as fuck.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, shall we tri-weekly bi-weekly?
We sure should.
And then wrap it up. We're at 51 minutes. We're pretty good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Tri-weekly bi-weekly roundup. Boop. I just have, it's not necessarily, I know this section's meant to be unrelated to blind and disabled content.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't have to be.
This is related.
Yeah.
I'm currently watching Sex and the City, don't blame me for it. And I think it's season 6, episode 13. I say I think because I did write it down. Mm-hmm. Where Charlotte is encouraged to blindfold herself in a department store to experience what life is like as a visually impaired person, and Carrie, the fucking worst friend of all time, is allocated as her, like, helping her around the department store.
Yeah.
It just made me feel really weird. Like, I definitely think it's worth you giving it a watch.
Yeah,
to
okay.
get your opinions. But she's just bumbling around. Everyone's like smashing into her, and she like wanders off in a different direction, which I think is probably a fair representation of what a non-disabled person would do when they were suddenly blindfolded and had to
100%.
live life without their vision. They'd be like, there's no fucking
Yeah.
way. And then she eventually stumbles into some shoe section, takes her blindfold off, and Carrie's been trying on shoes for like 40 minutes because she just dumped her fake blind friend. Like, the actual worst person. But it just was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I had to share that because it felt really important at the time.
Yeah.
Do you have any tri-weekly gossip?
I do. Mine is going to be like very specific, but I'm very happy with this connection that has been made. So Tame Impala released a version of their song Dracula with Jenny from, I'm going to say Jenny from Blackpink. She has her own career, but just in case no one knows who Jenny is, I feel like
For context.
most people know who Blackpink is. So yeah, they've done a collab on Dracula with Jenny singing intermittently, and it's absolutely wonderful. I already liked the song Dracula, but I absolutely love this version, and it's really cool to me because I absolutely love K-pop, absolutely love Blackpink, so it's cool to have one of those members work with Tame Impala, who I feel connected to because when Tame Impala used to tour like a long time ago before they were big, they used to have Cameron Avery be their either guitarist or bassist. And I have a Cameron Avery lyric tattooed on my arm. So it's just like a cool mashing of words. It's like a cool mashing of worlds. I'm leaving that whole thing in.
I love that. I think that is wonderful.
Yeah, I don't know. It just made me really happy. It's a really cool song. I've been recommending it to almost everyone.
It is a fun song.
And yeah, I've been listening to more and more Sleep Token over the last couple of weeks, which is making me infinitely happy.
You can't stop us.
Yeah.
It's a disease.
It sure is.
It's actually a cult.
infecting me.
That's the apocalypse.
It's getting me slowly.
It's the vessel takeover.
But yeah, that's me.
Love it.
Thanks for listening.
Hey,
Hope this
guys.
wasn't the worst.
Yeah, if we're tired,
Yeah.
we hope you.
We
have a
really had to rally.
We had a late night last night.
Yeah. So we've done pretty well. Please clap now.
Woo! Please subscribe and like and share if you fancy, and if you didn't fancy, then don't. That's okay.
Yeah.
We're fine.
You still could if you like didn't enjoy it, but you want to. That's also fine.
Even if it sucked and you just want to support us,
you want to like get a group of people together to bully us, that's fine.
I'd rather you did it. Never can take it. I wouldn't love it.
Aim all of it at me.
No, I would not like you to do that either.
Okay, never mind. Disregard. I'm self-sabotaging.
Truly.
All right, well, yeah. Thank you for listening.
Thanks so much, and we hope we didn't manifest any of these end of the world scenarios.
Yes,
and if we
so
did,
sorry.
Legal disclaimer, that was not our intention.
Theoretical. Alleged.
Alleged.
All right, we'll see you in 3 weeks, babes.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.